Hey everyone, welcome to the 8th video in our series on the reactions of chapter 9. So in this video, we're going to be talking about preparation or formation of alkynes. So the good way to do this is by elimination reactions, okay? So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a vicinal or geminal dihalide and turning it into an alkyne, all right? So um, do formation of alkynes. Okay, so formation of alkynes. So there's two ways to do this. We can do this from a vicinal dihalide, or we can do this from a geminal dihalide. Okay, so we'll take a look at both. All right, we'll take a look at both. So a vicinal dihalide would look something like this. Vicinal means that I have two halogens on adjacent carbons, right? So I have halogens on adjacent carbons, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in two equivalents of NaNH2, okay? And then usually this is done in ammonia as well, okay? So two equivalents of NaNH2, all right? And all this is going to do is the two carbons that have the halogens on them are going to now have a triple bond where the halogens were, all right? That's it, okay? So I now have a triple bond where the halogens were, all right? And, you know, we can do this with any alkyne or any vicinal dihalide, excuse me. So even a fairly complicated one like this, it doesn't have to be bromine, it can be chlorine as well, right? Any halogen works fine, I guess. So, but I'm just using bromine just because. So again, we put in two equivalents of NaNH2 and ammonia. And again, where these bromines are, I'm just going to put a triple bond, right? I'm just going to put a triple bond. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So I just form a triple bond. All right. So this is a really good way to form a triple bond, and we'll kind of look at how we can get to get from this to this in a second. All right. We'll look at this at the mechanism level. All right. So we'll also look at that. Okay. So another thing that we can do is we can use geminal dihalides to form these as well. So if we use a geminal dihalide, so I'm going to use this geminal dihalide. Okay, so if we use this geminal dihalide, and this is one way to do it. We can use 3 equivalents of NaNH2 with some heat. All right. And then as a second step, we throw in HA. All right. So HA can be HBr, HCl, something like that, right? Doesn't matter too much. All right. But we throw in some acid as a second step. All right. What this is going to do is it's just going to give us an alkyne. All right. So it's going to give us an alkyne. And in this case, we can't form an alkyne here with this carbon, so we form an alkyne, a terminal alkyne, all right? So again, this is just another way to form an alkyne. I can form an alkyne really any way with this, right? So if I have a geminal dihalide here, then again, I just use my 3 equivalents of NaNH2 with heat. And as a second step, throw in HA. And then this is just going to form a triple bond. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So I just form a triple bond. All right. So now let's kind of look at this at the mechanism level, just so we can kind of see what's going on not A, sorry, mechanism. So the one for the vicinal dihalides, all right, we'll do both, but the one for the vicinal dihalides is just a double E2 reaction, a double dehydrohalogenation reaction. Okay. So there is we'll do two equivalents of NaH2 here, sorry. Let me actually write this out. Then we form triple bond. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. So NaNH2, strong base, right? Very, very strong base. So my NH2 minus is going to come in here and it's going to take one of these hydrogens, all right? And then all these bromines have our lone pairs on there. Let's not forget our lone pairs. Okay, so it's going to take one of those hydrogens and form a double bond there, which is going to break this bond. Okay, so this is that's just an E2 reaction, right? Just E2. So then that's going to get me a double bond and a bromine, still a hydrogen here. And then I form Br minus, right? So now I can do the same thing again, right? Another NaNH2 could come in. Too many lone pairs, sorry. So NH2 could come in, take the hydrogen, form another double bond, bromine could leave, right? I also formed NH3 here, sorry. So now, because NH2 got protonated, but now I just get rid of another bromine and now I form my triple bond, right? And again, I get another NH3 and I also get another Br minus. And these are just the two BRs are gonna go with the two sodiums that I make, right? So that's it for this mechanism, okay? So nothing too crazy here, right? It's just a double E2 reaction, okay? That's all that I'm doing, all right? That's all that I'm doing. So I'm gonna erase this one and then we will take a look at the geminal dihalide. All right. So for geminal dihalides, again, it's just another double E2 reaction. Okay. So if we use this one, and then again, I use my three equivalents of NaNH2 in heat, and then HA, then I get my triple bond here, okay? And so then the question is, how does this happen? Well, again, this is just another double E2, all right? Double E2. So I have a hydrogen, I have three hydrogens here, right? So NH2 is going to come in and take one of those hydrogens. So it takes one of the hydrogens, that forms the double bond there, and then one of my chlorines is going to leave. So now I have this double bond with the chlorine still on there. And I have another hydrogen I can take. So the NaNH2 is just going to come in, it's going to take that hydrogen, right? Just like in the last step. Okay, no difference. So NH2 is going to come in and it's going to take that hydrogen and it's just going to form another double bond or another pi bond, excuse me, which is going to make a triple bond, right? And then I'm done. Form this, and I also get Cl minus and NH3. Okay, so that's it. That's my two mechanisms for both of these, all right? So both of these go by a double E2 type mechanism. The only difference is that the reagents are just slightly different in equivalencies, all right? But geminal dihalides and vicinal dihalides, both you can form a triple bond from those, okay? And remember that we can get a vicinal dihalide or a geminal dihalide via addition of HX, to an alkyne would get us a geminal dihalide. And then a vicinal dihalide, we can get that by adding addition of halogens to a alkene. All right, so we're starting to see some multi-step synthesis possibilities with these reactions. So just kind of keep that on the back burner a little bit. But anyway, hopefully this video was helpful. And in the next video, I think it's going to be our very last video on the reactions of Chapter 9, which is exciting. So hopefully you'll join me for that. I appreciate you watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.